Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going deep into the lore of Vecna
Ooh, Vecna.
from the Forgotten Realms.
A good one.
Yeah, and to do this, we've got excerpts from the Forgotten Realms wiki to break down.
Nice.
So get ready for some deep lore here.
Right.
Our goal is to really help you understand
Yeah.
who Vecna is,
Okay.
what makes him so fascinating,
Mm-hmm.
and the lasting impact he's had even after death on the world.
You know, what's interesting about Vecna is that he just embodies this allure of power
Yeah.
and then just the potential for corruption that comes with it.
Yeah,
He's not your typical evil wizard.
right.
He's really complex.
Okay.
And rose from pretty humble beginnings.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Okay.
So Vecna, he wasn't always a skeleton spellcaster, right?
Right.
He started as a man,
Exactly.
but something set him on this dark path.
Yeah, he was driven by this just like insatiable thirst for power.
Yeah.
But specifically, he was obsessed with escaping death.
Yeah.
That led him to become a lich.
A lich. Okay, now that's not your everyday career choice.
Right.
It's almost hard to imagine the lengths that someone would go to cheat death itself.
Mm-hmm.
What do we actually know about how Vecna pulled this off?
So the path to lichdom, it's shrouded in mystery.
Okay.
There's a lot of danger involved.
Right.
It's not just casting a spell.
Right.
You need to have a deep understanding of necromantic magic,
Mm-hmm.
forbidden rituals,
Yeah.
and a lot of times, terrible sacrifices.
Okay.
Some think that Orcus, the demon prince of Undeath,
Right.
might have played a role in Vecna's transformation,
Okay.
maybe as a teacher or through an unholy pact.
Wow, a deal with a demon prince?
Yeah,
That's not exactly signing up for a yoga retreat.
not quite.
But are there other theories about how he became a lich?
There are some who believe Vecna was just a relentless experimenter,
Okay.
willing to push the boundaries of magic and morality in his pursuit of power.
Yeah.
And so it's very possible that he conducted horrifying experiments
Oh, wow.
on himself and others. That's dark.
To unlock the secrets of lichdom.
It's chilling to think about the kind of sacrifices that he might have made.
Yeah.
The lives that he took, all in the name of achieving his goal.
It really makes you wonder.
Yeah. There's also this mystery surrounding a being called the Serpent.
Right.
Could this entity have been involved?
That's a fascinating element of his story.
Yeah.
The serpent is this shadowy figure
Right.
and is associated with this ancient primal magic.
Okay.
Some think it's an embodiment of magic itself.
Wow.
A powerful entity that saw Vecna's potential
Yeah.
and revealed to him the secrets of lichdom.
So whether it was demonic pacts or gruesome experimentation or tapping into ancient forces, Vecna found a way to cheat death.
He did.
But he didn't stop there, did he?
No, he was not content with simply existing.
Right.
Craved power and control.
Yeah.
So he went on and established what we know as the Occluded Empire.
Okay.
This realm that was shrouded in darkness and fear. So he went from a power-hungry man to a lich and then straight to building an empire. This guy doesn't mess around.
No, he doesn't.
So who are some of the key players in his rise to power? You don't build an empire alone, right?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Even a lich needs allies,
Okay.
or at least those he can manipulate to his will.
Right.
And Sararak, a cunning half-demon.
Oh, Sararak.
Yes.
That name sends chills down my spine.
As it should.
Wasn't that the architect of the Tomb of Horrors?
That's right.
That's a whole other deep dive waiting to happen.
Oh, yeah.
So what was Sarak's role in Vecna's story?
He was one of Vecna's earliest lieutenants,
Okay.
but their relationship was fraught with danger and betrayal.
Betrayal. I'm sensing a pattern here.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So early in their alliance,
Okay.
Asarak orchestrated this ambush on Vecna.
Oh, wow.
He led a group of Pellar's clerics
Okay.
against him.
A god of light and life.
Yes.
Against
Yeah.
Vecna.
And Vecna barely survived,
Wow.
only saved by Asarak's last-minute intervention. It's thought that Asarak never intended to kill Vecna,
Hmm.
but to test his strength,
Okay.
to see if he was truly worthy of power,
So a toxic friendship.
for sure.
So this near-death experience, it must have had a profound impact on Vecna.
It amplified his paranoia
Okay.
and made him even more distrustful.
Yeah.
So this leads him to seek a new lieutenant,
Okay.
someone that he believed would be totally loyal.
Hmm.
Enter Kas,
Awesome.
a ruthless paladin
Okay.
whom Vecna saw as this perfect pawn.
Okay. Kas the Paladin turned Vecna's right-hand man.
Exactly.
How did Vecna guarantee his loyalty?
Well, always the strategist.
Yeah.
Vecna bestows upon Kas the gift of vampirism,
Okay.
guaranteeing his longevity
All right.
and binding him to Vecna's will.
Mm-hmm.
But he also forges a powerful artifact for Kas,
Okay.
the Sword of Kas,
The Sword of Kas.
a masterpiece of craftsmanship,
Wow.
imbued with Vecna's own essence,
Okay.
capable of incredible feats.
Vecna creating a powerful weapon for his most trusted lieutenant.
It seems like a smart move, right?
It does, but knowing this story, I can't help but feel like it's going to backfire spectacularly.
Well, your intuition is right on.
Okay, good.
The Sword of Kas, despite its intended purpose, would ultimately be Vecna's undoing.
I knew it. Tell me how.
So the sword, infused with Vecna's own dark energy,
Yeah.
starts to corrupt Kas,
Oh, no.
twisting his mind, turning him against his master.
Wait, so the sword that Vecna created to solidify Kas's loyalty ended up being the weapon of his betrayal?
Yeah.
The irony. How did it all go down?
Well, as with a lot of Vecna's story, the details are shrouded in mystery.
Okay.
But what we do know is that Kas, driven by this corrupting influence, turned on Vecna.
Okay.
And in a fierce battle,
Yeah.
he severs Vecna's hand
Oh, wow.
and strikes his eye
Okay.
with the very sword
Wow.
that Vecna had made for him.
That's brutal.
It was brutal.
So Vecna, this master schemer, this architect of Undeath, was brought down by his own creation and misplaced trust.
It really is a powerful reminder that even those who seem to control fate
Yeah.
can be victims of their own ambition and the unintended consequences of their actions.
Wow. So what happened to Vecna after this epic betrayal? Was this the end of the line for him?
Well, that's where things get even more interesting.
Okay.
Vecna's physical form might have been destroyed,
Yeah.
but his story and his influence were far from over.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
In fact, one could argue this was just the beginning of his true legacy.
We'll have to dive into that in the next part of our deep dive. But before we go, I just want to say, for someone who started as a mortal man,
Right.
Vecna's story is already pretty epic and terrifying.
It is a testament to the enduring power of ambition,
Yeah.
the seductive nature of forbidden knowledge,
Right.
and the unforeseen consequences that can arise when you go seeking power.
Yeah. But, as we'll explore in the next part, Vecna's story,
Doesn't end
it doesn't end.
with his physical defeat.
Oh.
In many ways, it's just the beginning. So it's fascinating how even in defeat, Vecna's story just gets darker.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that his influence, it only grew after his defeat.
Right.
How is that even possible?
Well, at this point, he's just a hand and an eye, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the really unsettling aspect of his story unfolds,
Okay.
because the sheer force of his will,
Yeah.
his connection to the negative energy of Undeath, it meant that even his body parts
Right.
gained incredible power,
Right.
becoming artifacts of immense magical potential.
So not just any old hand and eye.
Well,
We're talking about powerful magic artifacts
yeah.
imbued with Vecna's essence.
Yes.
I can't even imagine what kind of chaos those could cause.
Yeah.
So did these artifacts just end up in some museum display case or?
Definitely not.
Okay, good.
They were out there wreaking havoc.
They were out there wreaking havoc.
They were.
Tell me about it.
So these artifacts, they resurface throughout history, leaving a trail of destruction and corruption. And the method of attuning to them,
Okay.
of harnessing their power,
Yeah.
was particularly gruesome.
Gruesome how? What did it take to wield these artifacts?
So to wield the hand of Vecna, you had to cut off your own left hand
Okay.
and replace it with the artifact.
Okay, that's disturbing on so many levels.
Yeah.
But what about the eye?
It gets worse.
Oh, no.
To attune to the eye,
Yeah.
you had to gouge out your own eye
Okay.
and replace it with Vecna's.
That's officially crossing the line from power-hungry to straight-up horrifying. Who in their right mind would go to such lengths?
That's the nature of power, right?
Yeah.
It can tempt even the most rational individuals
Right.
and drive them to commit unspeakable acts.
Yeah.
The hand and eye of Vecna, they were more than just objects. They were extensions of his will,
Okay.
whispering promises of power to those who sought them.
So it wasn't just about the physical transformation, the gruesome act of replacing your own body parts with Vecna's. It was about being corrupted by his essence.
Exactly, by his will.
Yeah.
And as these artifacts were passed down,
Yeah.
often through nefarious means,
Right.
they left a trail of broken minds
Wow.
and shattered souls.
It's a testament to Vecna's legacy that even in death, he could still influence the world,
He could
corrupting those who sought his power.
Right.
It's almost like a cautionary tale
Yeah.
about the dangers of unchecked ambition.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if Vecna's will was so strong
Yeah.
that it could linger in his body parts.
Right.
What happened to the rest of his essence?
That is a great question.
Yeah.
It's something that scholars and mages have debated for centuries.
Right.
But one thing's for certain.
Okay.
Vecna's spirit, it endured.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to draw power from his followers.
Okay.
And from the fear his name invoked.
Yeah.
From the lingering magic that clung to his scattered remains.
So even in defeat, he was far from powerless.
Okay.
He had this network of followers, right?
Yeah.
This cult devoted to him, who continued to bolster his power,
Exactly.
even in his disembodied state.
And over time, fueled by the devotion of his followers.
Yeah.
And his own will, he actually achieved a form of godhood.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Did you say godhood, like capital G God?
Yes.
Wow.
Vecna's ambition didn't die with his body.
Clearly.
It seemed to grow even stronger.
Right.
He craved more power,
Mm-hmm.
aiming to become a full-fledged deity.
That's insane. But if he was already a demigod, why not just kick back and enjoy his newfound power?
Well, Vecna was never one to rest on his laurels.
Right.
He wasn't content with simply being powerful.
Yeah.
He wanted to control the very fabric of reality.
Okay.
And he saw godhood as the key to achieving that.
Okay, so what did he do with his newfound power? Did he just sit around and plot world domination, or did you actually try to make a move for ultimate power?
Oh, he definitely made some bold moves.
Okay, good. Give me some examples.
He wasn't content with just existing as a demigod.
Yeah.
He attempted to seize ultimate power multiple times,
Okay.
each attempt bolder than the last.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
So one particularly daring attempt
Okay.
involved invading the city of Sigil.
Sigil, the city of doors.
Yes.
The nexus of the multiverse,
The very same.
where all planes of existence intersect.
That's right.
Wow.
And Vecna,
Yeah.
in a display of unimaginable power,
Yeah.
breached Sigil's defenses,
Okay.
something no other deity had ever done.
That's a big deal.
His goal was to control the city,
Right.
and by extension, the entire multiverse.
Talk about aiming high.
He did.
He
It
succeeded.
was a bold plan,
Yeah.
but ultimately unsuccessful.
Wow.
The Lady of Pain,
Mm-hmm.
the enigmatic ruler of Sigil,
Right.
thwarted his attempt
Okay.
and banished him from the city.
Oh, that had to sting.
It did.
So you said multiple attempts?
Yep.
What else did you try?
So there was another incident,
Oh, okay.
a rather cunning scheme
Yeah.
to absorb the essence of the demigod, Ease.
He used the old one.
Yeah.
He's a pretty notorious figure in the realms known for his cruelty and ambition.
Exactly.
Why a use?
Well, Vecna saw this as an opportunity
Okay.
to usurp Eus's power,
Mm-hmm.
to add it to his own,
Right.
and further his goal of becoming a full god. And he almost succeeded,
Almost.
but was thwarted again,
Oh.
this time by a coalition of forces that recognized the threat he posed.
So even as a demigod, Vecna was still a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
But despite his power and his ambition,
Yes.
he couldn't quite reach that ultimate goal of full godhood.
That's right.
right?
But that doesn't mean he wasn't a threat.
Yeah.
His influence was weaving its way through the realms.
It's fascinating how Vecna, even in his disembodied state, still managed to be such a formidable figure.
I know.
It speaks to the power of will,
Mhm.
of ambition,
Yes,
and the legacy one can leave behind.
that's right.
Speaking of legacies, we haven't even talked about one of Vecna's most intriguing feats.
Right.
His manipulation of time itself.
Oh, yeah. Time travel.
Yes.
Are we talking like Doc Brown and a DeLorean kind of time travel?
What? Not quite a DeLorean.
Okay.
But Vecna acquired this artifact,
Okay.
a black obelisk,
A black obelisk.
that granted him the ability to manipulate time.
Sounds a bit more ominous than a sports car.
It does.
What exactly did he do with this time-bending power? Did he go back and try to change his fate and prevent his betrayal?
Well, the specifics of his time-traveling exploits are still a mystery.
Okay.
But we do know he used the obelisk to target a specific group.
Okay.
The Weavers.
The Weavers, who are they?
They're this enigmatic group,
Okay.
shrouded in mystery.
Right.
Their origins and purpose are mostly unknown, but they seem to have some connection to the very fabric of fate
Okay.
and reality.
Interesting.
Some believe that they're responsible for maintaining the balance of the multiverse,
Wow.
making sure the threads of destiny weave together.
That's a big job.
It is.
So Vecna, the master manipulator.
Decided to mess with the forces that govern fate.
He did.
Bold move. What was his goal?
Nothing short of audacious.
Okay.
He wanted to erase the Weavers from history.
Wait, he wanted to wipe out a whole group that influences reality?
He did.
Why?
It's thought that Vecna saw the Weavers as a threat,
Okay.
a force that could interfere with his own plans by erasing them.
Mm.
He could ensure that his own destiny remained in his control.
Did he succeed?
The details are unclear,
Okay.
but it seems he achieved his goal.
So they never existed.
That's right.
That's mind-boggling. What impact did that have on the world?
The full ramifications are still being debated.
Okay.
Some believe that it created ripples throughout reality.
Okay.
Subtle shifts in the balance of power. Others think it left the multiverse vulnerable to unforeseen consequences.
Okay, that's officially terrifying.
It is.
Tampering with the fabric of existence, it sounds like something out of like a cosmic horror story.
It does have some parallels there.
Yeah. So we got a lich who cheats death, builds an empire, gets betrayed, becomes a god, tries to take over the multiverse, messes with the fabric of time, what's left for a god to conquer.
It's a question worth pondering.
Yeah.
Vecna's ambitions seem to have no bounds.
Right.
He sought to control not just the physical realms, but also the forces that govern reality.
It's incredible how his story has evolved. You know?
It is.
We started with this power-hungry man who
Yes.
became a lich, and now we're talking about a godlike being manipulating time and reality.
It's mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing.
It's a testament to the enduring power of ambition,
Yeah.
the allure of forbidden knowledge,
Right.
and the unforeseen consequences that can arise from seeking ultimate power.
Right, but as we'll delve into further habitudes, Vecna's legacy extends beyond his physical form and his manipulation of time.
It does.
Okay, I'm hooked. What else is there to uncover about this fascinating and terrifying figure?
Let's talk about Vecna's knowledge.
Okay.
His mastery of the arcane arts. Because beyond his physical artifacts,
Yeah.
he left behind a legacy of forbidden knowledge
Okay.
that continues to tempt and corrupt those who seek it.
Forbidden knowledge. This is starting to sound even more dangerous than the hand and eye.
Well, he is believed to be the author of a particularly infamous tome,
Okay.
the Book of Vile Darkness.
Ooh, now that sounds intriguing. What's so special about this book? Is it just a collection of spells, or is there something more to it?
It's so much more than just a spell book.
Okay.
It's a compendium of forbidden knowledge,
Right.
containing the darkest secrets of magic,
Okay.
rituals of unspeakable evil, and insights into the corrupt nature of the multiverse.
Wow.
It's said to be a window into the abyss,
Oh.
offering power to those who are willing to pay the price,
What's the price?
their soul.
So like the Necronomicon of the Forgotten Realms.
Exactly.
Sounds incredibly dangerous. What kind of things are written in this book?
It's said to contain rituals that can corrupt the land,
Okay.
summon demonic entities,
Oh.
twist the very fabric of life.
Okay.
And it's not just the spells and the rituals.
Right.
The book itself is said to be sentient,
Oh, wow.
whispering dark secrets to those who read them.
It's like the book is alive.
It is.
So it's not just about the words on the page. It's about the corrupting influence of the book itself.
It is.
It sounds like something straight out of a nightmare.
It really does.
It's a testament to Vecna's legacy of darkness,
right.
his mastery of the forbidden arts,
Yeah.
the Book of Vile Darkness. Like, his artifacts continues to exert his influence
It does.
throughout the realms, tempting those who seek power,
Right.
corrupting those who delve too deep.
Absolutely.
It's incredible how Vecna, even in his absence, continues to impact the world.
He does.
His artifacts,
Right.
his book.
Yeah.
It's like he's reaching out from beyond the grave to spread his influence.
You know, and that influence extends beyond his objects and his knowledge.
Yeah.
We also have to consider his followers.
Oh, right, the cult. We can't forget about them.
Right. The cult of Vecna,
Right.
who continue to serve his will.
I imagine they weren't just holding bake sales in Vecna's name.
No.
So what were they like?
So Vecna's cult
Yeah.
was a secretive and insidious organization.
Okay.
They mirrored their god's ambition,
Okay.
pursuing power through forbidden knowledge and the exploitation of secrets.
Yeah.
They believed that knowledge was the ultimate weapon,
Okay.
and they were willing to do anything to acquire it.
So they were basically like spies and information brokers for the forces of evil.
In a sense, yes.
Okay.
They operated in the shadows,
Right.
using blackmail,
Mm-hmm.
coercion, and even violence
Wow.
to uncover and exploit sensitive information.
Okay.
They served as Vecna's eyes and ears
Right.
throughout the realms, furthering his agenda, even in his absence.
That sounds like a dangerous group to cross.
It was.
What kind of things did they do? Did they have any specific practices or beliefs?
So like Vecna himself,
Yeah.
they were obsessed with secrets. They believed that knowledge was power,
Right.
and they would do anything to get it.
So they were gathering information, but also understanding the power that came with it.
Absolutely.
Were there any specific groups or factions within the cult?
There was a really interesting group
Okay.
known as the Halls of Secrets.
The Halls of Secrets. What were they all about?
They took the pursuit of knowledge to an extreme.
Okay.
They didn't care about good or evil,
Oh, wow.
only the power that came with complete understanding.
Interesting.
They felt that by unlocking the secrets of the universe, they could transcend the limitations of morality
Okay.
and achieve a higher state of being.
So knowledge without a moral compass could be a path to darkness.
That's right.
Chilling thought.
It is.
So they were a fascinating, albeit unsettling example of how far Vecna's followers would go
They were
in their pursuit of power.
Right.
They believed that by accumulating knowledge, they were in essence becoming more like Vecna himself,
That's right.
transcending the limitations of mortality,
Yes.
achieving godhood through understanding.
Exactly.
So what separated Vecna's followers from him? Were they all just aspiring liches waiting for their chance to seize power?
That's a complex question.
Yeah.
While some may have aspired to achieve lichdom or godhood, many were just drawn to the promise of power and knowledge.
Right.
They saw Vecna as a symbol of ultimate power,
Oh, okay.
a being who had transcended the limitations of mortality
Yeah.
and achieved a state of being beyond their comprehension.
It's almost like a twisted form of hero worship.
Yes.
They saw Vecna as someone to emulate,
Right.
someone who had achieved what they themselves desired.
Oh,
And they
right.
believed by serving him,
Yeah.
by studying his teachings, they could become more like him.
That's right.
So it's fascinating, a little disturbing how Vecna's story has expanded beyond his physical form.
Right.
We started with a lich who craved power,
Yes.
but now we're talking about a legacy of artifacts, forbidden knowledge,
True.
and a cult that continues to spread his influence.
Throughout the realms,
Right.
Vecna's story is a testament to the enduring power of ambition, the seductive nature of forbidden knowledge,
Yeah,
and the complex relationship between power and corruption.
right.
It's a story that continues to resonate throughout the Forgotten Realms,
Yeah.
reminding us that even the most powerful beings can leave a legacy that extends far beyond their physical existence.
It really is a fascinating story.
But there's one more element to Vecna's story that we need to explore,
Okay.
one that adds another layer of complexity to his already intricate legacy.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. What else is there to uncover about this fascinating and terrifying figure?
So despite Vecna's power, his cunning strategies,
Yeah.
the devotion of his followers,
Right.
there was one thing he seemed to crave above all else:
What's that?
validation.
Validation. You mean like approval from others? That doesn't sound very godlike.
Well, you know, it might seem counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but even gods,
Yeah.
especially those who were once mortal,
Right.
can be driven by insecurities and a need for recognition.
Okay, so what did this need for validation look like for Vecna? How did it manifest?
So even though he achieved this godhood,
Yeah.
Vecna was never really accepted
Yeah.
into the pantheon of deities.
Okay.
He was seen as this outsider, this usurper
Right.
who had achieved his power through dark and forbidden means.
I can see how that would be frustrating to achieve such immense power,
Right.
to transcend mortality,
Yeah.
and yet still be rejected by your peers.
Exactly. And this rejection,
Yeah.
it fueled Vecna's desire for validation,
Okay.
for acceptance.
Yeah.
He wanted the recognition of the other gods,
Okay.
the acknowledgement of his power and his place among them.
So how did he try to gain this validation? Did he try to impress the other gods with his power or bargain with them?
He tried a lot of different tactics.
Okay.
He tried to demonstrate his power through acts of unimaginable might, hoping to force the other gods to acknowledge his status.
Wow.
He even offered to share his knowledge, his insights into the multiverse, in exchange for recognition.
So he was trying to play the game of divine politics?
He was?
To earn his place at the table with the gods?
Exactly. But his methods were often too extreme,
Okay.
too steeped in darkness and corruption,
Yeah.
and the other gods saw him as a threat,
Right.
a dangerous force that could destabilize the multiverse.
So despite his power and ambition, Vecna was ultimately kind of a tragic figure,
He was.
driven by a need for validation that he could never really fulfill. That
There you
makes
go.
him more than just a one-dimensional villain.
Yeah.
You know, he's this complex figure, driven by ambition, but also this need for recognition.
That's right.
A desire to be seen as something more than just this lich.
That's what makes Vecna such an enduring and captivating figure.
Yeah.
He reminds us that even the most powerful beings can be driven by human desires and motivations, that even gods can be flawed.
And vulnerable.
Yes.
This has been a real eye-opener.
Good.
I'm starting to see Vecna in a whole new light.
Yeah.
He's not just a villain.
Right.
He's this complex figure whose story reflects the struggles we all face.
Yes.
The pursuit of power, the desire for knowledge,
Right.
and this longing for acceptance.
And that's what makes his story so compelling.
Right.
He's a reminder that even when facing darkness and corruption, there's always more to the story.
Right.
Always more to learn.
Mm.
And always more to understand.
Well, I'm definitely eager to learn more.
Good.
What other secrets are there about Vecna? What else can you tell me about his legacy?
Let's talk about one final aspect of his story.
Okay.
One that might surprise you.
Okay.
Despite his reputation as this master of the dark arts, there are whispers,
Okay.
rumors of a hidden side to Vecna.
A hidden side.
A side that suggests maybe his journey wasn't always this straightforward path to darkness.
Wait, a hidden side to Vecna? What are you talking about? Are you suggesting that there might have been some good in him?
It's a controversial theory,
Yeah.
one that many scholars dismiss.
Right.
But there are those who believe that Vecna, in his early days,
Okay.
might have been driven by a desire to help others,
Okay.
to use his knowledge for good.
This goes against everything we've learned about him so far.
It does.
What evidence is there to support this theory?
There are ancient texts,
Okay.
fragmented scrolls, that hint at a time when Vecna was a healer,
A healer.
a scholar,
Okay.
who sought to alleviate suffering and understand the mysteries of life and death.
It's hard to reconcile that
No.
with the image of Vecna as a lich and demigod.
It is.
But are you saying that maybe Vecna's early experiences, like witnessing suffering or the horrors of war,
Yeah,
instilled in him this desire to heal,
it's possible.
to protect others from pain? So what happened? How did he go from healer to one of the most feared figures in the realm?
That is the question, right?
Right.
The details are lost.
Yeah.
But it's speculated that Vecna's desire to heal, to understand life and death,
Yeah.
might have led him down a dark path.
Okay.
Perhaps he became obsessed with overcoming mortality, with finding a way to cheat death.
So his noble intentions,
Yeah.
his desire to help others, might have led him to lichdom
It's possible.
and the pursuit of ultimate power. It's fascinating and tragic.
It is.
It suggests that even the best intentions can be twisted,
Yeah,
that the road to hell is paved with good intentions,
that's right.
and it adds another layer of complexity to Vecna.
It does.
It makes him more than just a villain, but a figure who represents the potential for good and evil.
That exists within us all.
Yeah, I never imagined there might have been a time when Vecna wasn't the embodiment of evil.
I know, it's hard to believe.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what might have happened if he had stayed on that path of healing.
Right.
Could he have become a force for good?
It's a tantalizing question,
It is.
one that we can only speculate on.
Right.
But it's a reminder that even the most powerful figures,
Yeah.
even those who embody darkness,
Mm-hmm.
might have had a different path.
A different destiny.
Yes,
It makes you think about the choices we make,
it does.
the paths we choose to follow,
Right.
and the potential for both good and evil that exists.
Within us all.
Wow, this deep dive has been incredible.
Good. I'm glad.
I feel like I've gone from knowing next to nothing about Vecna to having this deep understanding of his story and his motivations and the lasting impact he's had on the realms.
That's what makes the Forgotten Realms so fascinating.
Yeah.
There's always more to explore.
Right.
Always another layer to uncover.
Yeah.
Always another secret waiting to be revealed.
Right.
But for now, let's just take a step back
Okay.
and consider what we've learned.
So we started with a power-hungry man who became a lich.
Right.
And now we're talking about this godlike being who manipulated time and reality
That's right.
and left behind this legacy of artifacts and forbidden knowledge and a cult that continues to operate in the shadows.
It's true.
Where do we even begin to make sense of all of this?
The best way to understand Vecna
Yeah.
is to see him not as this singular entity,
Okay.
but as a force,
Right.
a representation of the darker aspects of ambition,
Okay.
knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and the pursuit of power.
So Vecna is more than just a character. He's an archetype.
Yes.
A symbol of the corrupting influence of power and the dangers of ambition.
Absolutely.
So he represents the potential for both greatness and darkness.
That exists within us all.
Yeah, he's a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge without a moral compass can lead to ruin.
It can.
And that power unchecked can corrupt even the most noble of intentions.
That's right.
It's a sobering thought,
Yeah.
but also empowering. Because if he represents this potential for darkness within us,
Right.
it also means that we have the power to choose a different path,
We do.
to use our knowledge and abilities for good,
Yes.
to resist corruption and strive for a better world.
Well said.
So it's not about avoiding power altogether,
Right.
but using it responsibly,
Yes.
ethically, for the
Well,
benefit of others.
Exactly. And maybe that's the ultimate lesson.
Okay.
We can learn from Vecna's story.
Yeah,
It's a reminder that we all have a choice,
we do.
a path to follow.
Yeah,
We can choose to embrace darkness and corruption,
right.
or we can strive for something better.
We can be the heroes
Yes.
of our own stories.
That's right.
I like that. A message of hope.
It is.
Even in the face of darkness, we have the power to choose
We do.
our own destiny.
And with that, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive
Really?
into the lore of Vecna.
Okay.
Or have we?
Okay, there's more.
There's one. Last detail about Vecna's artifact.
Oh, there's more. Okay.
It said that the only way to permanently destroy the hand and eye of Vecna
Okay.
is to reunite them on a single being,
Oh.
and then slay that being with a specific artifact.
Wait, so you're telling me there's a weapon out there designed to kill someone who's basically become Vecna 2.0?
Yes.
That's hardcore.
It speaks to the cyclical nature of Vecna's story. You know,
Right.
he was betrayed by his own creation,
Mm-hmm.
and his artifacts can only be destroyed by another creation born from his own essence.
So if someone were to become corrupted by the hand and eye,
Right.
wielding unimaginable power,
Yeah.
the only hope would be to find this artifact.
And end them.
Right, and end them before they could unleash their full potential.
That's the grim reality.
Yeah, it speaks to the weight of Vecna's legacy.
It does.
How, even in seeking to destroy his artifacts, we're forced to confront the very power he represents.
We are.
This deep dive has been an emotional roller coaster.
It has.
We've explored the ambition,
Yes.
the complexities of his character,
We have
and the impact he's had
the lasting impact.
on the realms.
For sure.
I feel like I've learned so much, not just about Vecna, but about myself and the choices we all face in life.
I think that's one of the most valuable things about exploring these stories
Please.
from the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
It's not just about the characters
Right.
and the lore.
Yeah.
It's about what they reflect back to us
Exactly.
about ourselves.
Yeah. And the choices that we make.
And the potential that we have.
So if someone were to stumble upon one of Vecna's artifacts today,
Yeah.
what advice would you give them? How could they resist the temptation?
It's a difficult question.
It is.
The allure of power.
Right.
Especially when it's presented in such a tangible way.
Yeah, like a powerful artifact.
Yeah, can be very seductive.
Right.
But I would say, remember the lessons
Yeah.
of Vecna's story.
Yeah.
Remember the price he paid?
For his ambition.
Yes, for his ambition.
The destruction he wrought.
Mm.
And the corruption that consumed him. It's like that old saying, right?
Yeah,
Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
it's true.
Vecna's story is a cautionary tale.
A reminder that power without a moral compass can lead to ruin.
Right.
It's essential to approach knowledge and power,
With
humility,
Oh.
a clear understanding of the consequences.
It's easy to say we wouldn't be tempted,
It is.
but who knows how we'd react if we were actually faced with that choice.
Yeah, that's a question each individual has to answer for themselves.
It is.
But I do believe that understanding Vecna's story,
Yeah.
recognizing the patterns
Oh.
of ambition and corruption,
Mhm.
we can better prepare ourselves to resist.
So being aware of the dangers,
Yeah.
the seductive nature of power,
Right.
and being vigilant in guarding our hearts
Absolutely.
against corruption.
It's not about avoiding power altogether,
Okay.
but using it responsibly,
Yeah.
ethically,
Mm.
for the benefit of others.
So the ultimate lesson from Vecna's story is that we all have the power to choose our own path,
You do.
to shape our destiny.
And to make a difference.
This has been an incredible journey.
It has.
I've gained a new understanding of Vecna, but also of myself.
And the choices we all make.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the lore of Vecna.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you found it enlightening.
And maybe even inspiring.
Remember, knowledge is power, But it's the choices we make that really define us.
Until next time, may your journeys be filled with wisdom.
Courage.
And the strength to choose the path of good.
And may you always resist the temptation to replace your hand with a creepy, disembodied lich hand.
Safe travels, everyone.